Hey, how you doing? Me? I've been working on this baby dragon for hours and I'm tired. So let's finish it. So here's what we've got. The wings I think are good enough to play ball. They look like wings. We got the tail, we got the feet. We're gonna try to finish them. So what we need, I'm thinking we need eyes, of course, a mouth. It's not going to be open because, maybe some little spikies here and there. And other than that, that's it. So let's finish this up. I think the hardest part hopefully is over because I think the hardest part was probably the wings. There's what we look like from the top. All right, let's make this thing happen. So again, trying to figure out the best way to show kind of the camera angle is difficult. I think for the face, maybe just this is it. Here we go. So I've got my leftover clay, which is not a whole lot. I don't really have a whole lot I can do. Let's get started. So I'm thinking for the face, we need eyes, we need horns. Those are probably the two main features and maybe a little row of spikes. Let's make it happen. All right. How can we show this in a way that works? There you go. You can kind of see the facial area. All right, so we're gonna start. Got my clay. See, the problem is if you can actually see the angle of it, you can't see the you can't see what I'm doing. Whatever. I'm gonna start by I don't think we're gonna have huge big horns because again it's a baby. It's a baby dragon. Baby dragon wouldn't have huge big horns, right? Feel like no. I don't know. So we're gonna do some little short kind of nubbin horns, I guess. I don't know. So start by rolling a coil and pinch it so it's point E, but I really don't want it super pointy. Not coming to a point, but tapered. Okay. Those are going to go, here and here-ish, right? You can see that. Something like that. We're going to get our eyes in here, and I want to make kind of like a brow over the eyes. Going to do some little spiky things on the side. Maybe slightly. And if I am going to do them, how should I do them? And should I do spikes in the middle? Maybe. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking for the spikes in the middle, what I'm going to do is just kind of cut them. No, I'm scared to move that. I'm really, really scared to pick that up and move it. It's wet right now. Oh my gosh. I'm really tired, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that. Tired of doing this. But it's air dry clay. I can't wait. I can't wait till tomorrow. It's air dry clay. I need to finish it now. I guess I could bag it up, but I feel like bagging it up would probably be more trouble than it's worth. So let's figure out what we're going to do for our little spikes. Thinking I'll do a small little slab and try just cutting it into a spike shape and then just attaching that and see how that goes, and then we can kind of make each spike have a little bit more form to it. Maybe. So there's really not a whole ton of clay left. I'm leaving that for however I want to do the eyes, I guess. Yeah. So this is going to be my little spike strip. I can't have it be too thin because, as we know, thin does not work very well with clay. Okay. Let's try this guy. I haven't done anything with this. I feel like maybe oh no. Terrible tool for the job. Terrible tool for the job. Well, it might work if I had it thinner. Let's try making it thinner. We can't have it too thin, like we said. Is that too thin? Probably not. Well, I mean, it's giving us something generally spike shaped. I think we're going to have to go back and really adjust the shape anyway. So we're just looking for something to get us started. Maybe that can get us started. I don't know. Is this for the head or the tail? I don't know. Is this going to work at all? I don't know. I can barely think at this point, so whatever. All right. So if you take that and kind of pinch it down, maybe you can make little spikes out of it. Am I right or am I way off? I don't know. Let's see. Come on over here, dragon. Also, the weird part is really the spikes. You know what? The spikes on the tail, the wing ended up being like right where the spikes on the tail ought to have been. Uh-oh. The horn fell off. Of course it fell off. I didn't actually attach it. I forgot I even stuck it on. Yeah, I'm I need to finish this. So if we attached our spikes like that, I don't know, that kind of looks weird. Maybe I need just smaller spikes. Yeah, the wing is like right in the way of where the spikes would be here. So should I do any here? All right, I think we're just doing the face at this point. That's what we're doing. So maybe let's go ahead and attach these little horn things. I'm going to try to give them a little bit of curve. Maybe just something like that. And I assume those would go kind of on the top of the head. Or should I sculpt the eyes first? Am I even sculpting the eyes? Am I just carving in the eyes? How am I doing the eyes? Let's sculpt the eyes. Let's add little spheres and a little brow. Let's do that. It's a baby, so the eyes should be pretty big, right? We decided that, didn't we? Big eyes, big feet, big head. Generally exaggerated features is going to make it look like a baby. I don't like them there, though. That looks terrible. So definitely we need them not to stick out that much. So maybe instead of putting them on, I should carve them out. Maybe we should make a little brow and then carve the space for the eyes. Kind of like I did on the Goomba, actually. Which worked pretty good. Pretty well. Pretty well. Turned out all right. Tiny, tiny little spheres. Little brow. Okay. And maybe the horns will kind of jut out from those spots. Like I said, I intended to do little spikies, but I don't think that will look good on the tail because of the way the wing is. I mean, I guess you could have a couple here. And if they're on the tail, they should probably be on the head. Right? Maybe. Okay. I think I'm going to do the old just poke little holes for the nostril. I think that's actually going to work fine. Maybe etch in a little line for the mouth. All right. So. All right. I'm noticing. So the eyes seem like they should go kind of more like on the sides of the head maybe. So I'm going to push this in to flatten it a little bit. I don't know. Is that brow gonna make it look mad? Gonna make it look angry? Probably not if I do the eyes, right? Yeah, I know. The horns aren't really stuck on yet. They're not supposed to be. Trying to tilt this so you can see it is kind of a nightmare right now, if I'm being honest. So that'll be the eye. And then I'll kind of carve that area out. Like I did on the Goomba. And then, yeah, the horn, right? And up, we've got that classic artist problem. One does not look like the other. Yep. That old visitor is back. Having your eyes be equal. This one looks pretty good. How about the other one? Not so much. This has been challenging, but it's been fun. Once I hit my stride on this one, it was actually a lot of fun, but I feel like I've slowed down since then. And right now, I think what I'd like the most is to be done and like the way it looks. See, that's the problem. I don't just want to be done. I want to be done and like the way it looks. And that's when things get complicated. Oh, look at how, goodness gracious, it's nowhere even close. It's nowhere even close. Let's try this again. Let's smooth out some of this. My paintbrush is going to help with that. Smooth it so we can carve it better, because that was not looking great. No, it wasn't. There we go. Okay, this is looking closer to even. And again, let's just check out little Goomba guy. Like, once I paint those eyes will look sweet. That'll look good, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm aiming for something similar to that on here. So get the shape right is number 1, and then remove a little bit of material is number 2. Our shape is looking okay-ish. Let's see if we can remove some of that material. All right, I gotta hold it because I think the neck is gonna break if I don't support it. Neck's not looking super strong over here. Okay. Just again removing a little bit of that material here. Try to get my shape more like I want. Now, I assume, and I could be wrong, but I assume with air dry clay, just like with regular kiln fire clay, that if I were to like bag it up, it would probably last. It would probably be fine until next time I had a chance to work on it. But I'm so close to done that even if I'm tired, I kind of just want to get done with it. Well, get done with the sculpting part, because of course, as you can see, a lot of this still looks pretty rough. So once it has a chance to air dry, I can go back and smooth it. I think that seemed to work pretty good for the Goomba. So I'm hoping that will work pretty good for this guy. All right, so I'll have to go back and define that a little bit better. All right. Alright, so we got two pretty big eyes. Again, I'm fully aware they don't look great right now. But all I'm trying to do is define the shape of that. We can go back later and smooth it out a good bit. Yeah. Okay. Uh-huh. And uh-huh. Okay. Shall we add the horns, or shall we add some little spikies? Oh, I'm a sucker for spikies. Maybe we're gonna add some little spikies. But teeny ones, not huge ones, right? No, not huge ones. Teeny ones. Like this. That won't even add, because they won't stay. There's one. It's not really smoothed on at all. This fine detail work with these clay pieces is, well, it's a little challenging. That one's too small. That might be the one in front of this one. I guess we should smooth that on while we can before adding the next piece, shouldn't we? And of course, this is going to mean we need to add some on the tail too. And that's alright. I'm not too worried about these little spikes. I don't think they should be super hard. Although again, I'm so tired, I feel like everything seems difficult right now. But onward, I must get finished. I must get finished. Just a little spike. You see what I'm saying? We're getting a little spike action. Just a little bit. And again, hopefully I'll be able to refine these a good bit more once it starts to dry a little bit. What I ought to be doing right now is leaving them alone, because I think I'm making it worse over here. One more or two more? Actually, that looks... probably two more. Two more. Okay. Okay, fine. Two more. And then we'll add the horns. Maybe a little bit of detail for, let's say, the mouth or something. There we go. Let's stick it down. As if it'll stick down. When it gets too wet, it gets a little too sticky. It's a little tricky, sticky, tricky. Okay, got some spikes. Hopefully they don't fall off when they dry. Last one. Last one's gonna go right in between those little brow bits that we made above the eye. And this tool really is not small enough for this job, but it's the only thing I've got that can do this job. Okay, seems like it's attached-ish. Let's see that from a different view. We got our little spikes. The eyes really are not perfect yet, but we go back and mess with them some more later. Let's get them horns. And then some little spikies on the tail, and I think we're golden. So, how do we envision the horns? We envision them probably a little bit curved, a little bit pointy, but not crazy pointy. Because this little guy's young. And when they're young, dragons don't have pointy horns. Maybe, I don't know. Actually, I never saw one. Never saw a young dragon. Not totally sure what they look like. These are not the same size. Come on. Help me out. Nope. Gotta take a little extra off. Not the same size. Not the same amount of clay. Okay. Little horn shape. Little horn shape. Those are close enough, right? Close enough to the same size. We'll get one there and one there. Give them a little curve. I feel they should be curved back slightly. They're huge compared to the head and everything, but you know what? That's fine too. They're not pointy, but they're big. Maybe that's the exaggerated baby version. Maybe that means they won't be super pointy, but they'll stick way off the head like that. How about it? Why not? Bob Ross would tell me it's my dragon, so I get to pick. I think he's right. I think he's right. Alright, we need to do some smoothing here. Well, I can barely see what I'm doing. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing or not, but goodness knows I barely can. Okay. Oh, look, oh no. The horn is breaking. All right. The back of this horn. There they are from the back. I guess we gotta really kind of attach them from all sides, don't we? If we want them to hold the way they ought to. Just using this tool to smooth out the joints. Again, anytime you're attaching clay, you want it to look like one solid piece. Well, the horns are on. Do they look perfect? Nope, not yet. But they're on. Assume I can mess with them more later on if I need to. Probably gonna let this dry a little. I've been using a lot of water. Let me go back and smooth it out once it's had a little bit of time to dry. Okay. Horns, check. Spaces for the eyes, check. Do the eyes look perfect? They sure don't. I'm gonna have to continue carving those out a little bit. But you know what? Before I get crazy into that, let's go ahead and add those little spikes at the end of the tail. Again, I guess you're just not going to see them back here. Oh, you can't even see. You're not even going to see them back there because the wing's going to cover them up. But we'll add a couple of those little spikes down here so we kind of understand that they go all the way down the back. Even though you can't see most of the back because the wings are in the way. That's okay. That's all right. It's going to be fine. Right? Is it going to be okay? It's going to be okay. It sure is. Rest assured. Going to be no big deal. Well, I guess I learned this lesson earlier, didn't I? Kind of smooth it as you go, one at a time. These little guys are so small that adding even just a little bit of water seems like a lot. Hopefully they don't super crack up. Goodness. Oh goodness, I'm not so sure about it. There's 2-ish. Let's see if we can get 3-ish. Oh, it's too big. I made the first ones too small. Okay. So these teeny little guys, I'm pushing my thumb up, and then I'm rolling them between my fingers to make them slightly pointy. Will they stay pointy? Goodness knows. Because I certainly don't know. I have a feeling that smoothing these little spikes out might be way more of a headache than I think it's going to be. I hope not. But again, that's later. That's tomorrow. Or actually, I feel like the Goomba, it took a good minute to dry. So this guy might not be dry for 2 days or so. We'll see. You know what I should do? I should just make a bunch. I'm forgetting like basic stuff that I did earlier. Just make a bunch of little spheres that are the same size first, so I know they're all going to be the same size. How hard is that? That's easy. How many more of these? And maybe the last 1 or 2 will taper off and be teeny tiny little bumps. I don't know. See, this is the smarter way of doing things. And then you can put them in order from biggest to smallest, and it would like make sense. Wouldn't that be cool? Wouldn't that be incredible to do it in a way that made sense? Can you imagine? I don't think we're going to need more than 3 more of these, actually. This one didn't end up very pointy at all. I'm just attaching like a little nubbin. It's round. Maybe I can go back and pointy it up. All right, 2 more. 2 more. Surely we don't need more than that. Too much water on my hands. That's way too wet. Can't do anything with that right now. Too wet. Maybe we can. Okay. One more little spike for the tail. One more. Two more? One more. What do you think? Vote now. What do you think? Two more or one? Probably one more. That clay just broke right apart, didn't it? Crumbled. That's alright, maybe. Okay. Teeny tiny little one on the end? The tiniest little one ever? Yes? No? Let's try. Tiny, tiny little guy right there on the very end. Answer was yes. That's where it wanted to be. Okay, people. You got the little spikes on the tail. You got the little spikes on the head. You got the basic shape for the eyes. I think all that's left to do is get those eyes looking a little smoother. Maybe punch. See, that'll be the nice part, is punching two little nostrils in there, because it's so easy. Doing that type of thing is so rewarding. I love it. Just pop them in. All right. And we'll smooth that eye out a little more as it dries. Let's try to remove some material from this one. It's still looking a little blobby. Okay. So like I said, I can smooth that out a little bit more once it starts to dry slightly. Still pretty wet. Or I can just keep digging myself deeper and deeper and have to do it over and over. And again, I'm not too worried about this. I found with the Goomba I could actually go back and do it once it was pretty dry. Alright, so we got the spot for our eyes. We'll paint them in. Should we do the little nostrils? Oh no, should the nostrils have little bumps around them? Yes, they should. Fine. Fine. It'll be easy. It won't be no thing. Alright. First, we need two little bumps the same size. Are those the same? They're close, but they feel like they're not quite exactly the same. Did that do it? I think that did it. Alright, so we're going to put bump and bump. Pop, pop, pop. Now that is not what we want them to look like, so we're going to smooth them out, same way we're smoothing everything else out. Which is going to take a minute. And again, I can barely see what I'm doing, so good luck, guys. I've got my camera like tilted on a thing just so it can kind of start to sort of see, maybe. I gotta get out of my chair here. Get down low. you know, I think this was the right choice. I think making the little bumps was the right choice. Unfortunately. Sometimes I gotta do stuff. Oh no, look! Wow! I just totally ripped that off. Oh no. Okay. We need to end. We need to finish. We need to finish. I can barely control what's happening. Alright. Push, push. Oh goodness. Oh goodness. Come on now. So it's like too wet and sticky, but at the same time it's too dry. How could these things both be true? I'm telling you they're true. It's too wet and it's too dry. It's like the inside part is hard, and so when you try to smooth it, it's not smoothing very well. Oh goodness. Alright, you know what? I'll tell you what. I'm gonna tell you what right now. We're gonna do it. Ah, look! You got little nostrils. You know what? It was satisfying. Alright, that looks terrible. We're gonna have to let it dry before we really do much else with it, though. Because it's really wet right now. I assume I can just kind of etch a mouth right in there once it dries. Goodness. Alright. That's it. So, here you go, people. It's the dragon. It's the baby dragon we sculpted. He's got horns. He's got spikes. He's got eyes. He's got little nostrils. He's got feet. He's got wings. He's got a tail. He's got little spikes on his tail and on his head. He's a baby dragon. He'll have a mouth soon, maybe, once he dries. So, I'll show you how it turns out. My goodness, that was so much work. But I think it'll be kind of cool when it's done. So yeah, we'll see. I'll show you guys the results whenever they come in, a day or two. I don't know. We'll see. So yeah, it was so long. I've been working on this for like 4 hours. But again, start to finish 4 hours isn't that much. Anyway, see y'all later. Bye.